First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We are just now getting in. Well, actually, we've been in since 6 o'clock. But some things I have to do in the office before I can come on and do a live stream. There's certain things I'm working on in here and projects I'm trying to finish up. Get them ready for other demonstrations we have to do. Okay, let me see. So yeah, we're going to order probably most likely, I have no idea where my other phone is at. I think it's charging somewhere, probably on the floor. We're going to be picking up a new screen for the gamer, for Apex Gamer, and the screen I chose is the only one that'll fit in here because our distance from where our projector sits at, and we have to use a special projector. We have to use a Chrissy LW505, and the reason why, because the projector has an insane lens shift on it, and it's needed because where my projector's going to be sitting and where the screen's going to be sitting, they're definitely not going to be connecting, so we need a lens shift to be able to move it in that direction because it's not going to work with the bigger screen we got to put over here. It's going to collide, so that's why we need that projector. So when I get it in, I'm not going to have the Chrissy available because we got to work on it. It needs a new lamp, new filter, and something else I got to fix on it, which is pretty much easy to get it fixed. And the parts are in different directions, which means we have to order that stuff, but the lens and remote control is in one section and the projector is in another section. So I'm going to go down and pick up the projector out of storage and go to the other unit and pick up the lens and remote control, which is needed because the lens shift won't operate without it. And then I have to go on Amazon and pick up the filters and pick up the lens. You know, filters for that thing is $300. Yeah, the venue projectors are interesting. So yeah, $300 for a filter. Well, that's pretty much what comes with basically when you deal with venue projectors. The parts do get a little expensive, but it's worth it. We're going to be putting the edgeless over there. I'm still going to get the two bookcases, but the bookcases were brought in because I had to figure a way how to put the screen up without it hitting the wall, but then realizing that the wall used to have a whiteboard up there, and I can just use the previous holes that are up there, which means I'm not really damaging the wall because the holes are already there. And there's two studs up there, which, you know, I had a stud finder. Pretty sure they did a stud finder also too, and they put the whiteboard up there. Right now, I'm here looking at this stuff. So this is a chemical that we need for turning liquid to gel. And the reason why is because the PC we have over here, which pretty soon we're going to be converting. This is my work PC. I can't have it on my desk looking like that. I want to turn it into an ice box. Excuse me for that. And in order to turn it into an ice box, we have to have some kind of liquid beverage in there. Like I got a Coca-Cola, which I drank the soda, of course, and I'm gonna pour it out, and filled up the container with black dye water. But the thing about it is, you have to get this stuff called poo gel. It's fantastic for modifications because it turns the liquid into like a gel. I don't want a liquid splashing around in my case at all, in anything, unless it's in a reservoir system, not a Coca-Cola bottle. So we have to turn that black liquid into a gel so it doesn't go anywhere. It stays into a solid form. But the problem with the poo gel is blue, which makes it a headache because, again, you can't put any dye in there because dye is water. But water in there, it's not going to connect well. It's going to have a separation, and this can cause some issues. We don't want anything in there at all. We need something that's going to fuse much better. So I found a clear version of it that they use for toilets and stuff like that to turn into a gel. Plumbers like to use this stuff because if you have any standing water in the toilet, they'll basically drop this stuff into it, turn into a gel, and just scoop out the remaining water and throw it away into a bag. That's what's fantastic about this stuff. But also, too, you can use it for other things, too. People use it for hobbies or modding, stuff like that. Things they want to turn liquid into a solid form and still give it a liquid look to it. This stuff is actually perfect for that. See, that's the interesting thing about PC mods, is that the fact that you have to know all these different chemicals and where you build your own stuff at the end of the day on how to build stuff from nothing. Pretty much that's the best way to do it, because chances are most of the stuff that you want to put into your PC, you're not going to be able to find it. You're literally going to have to build this stuff yourself. That's what I like about PC modding. But anyway, so this is what I'm looking at right here. So the Coca-Cola bottles, we're going to put this into, and then we're going to put in the black dye, so we can use those in the container. And then the other thing we need this for is a bio container, which I had designed for the Fallout steampunk PC. I'm building the props for that. So I was looking at this right here. Is it on eBay? Not that one. This thing. We can build this. This is not hard to build. It really isn't. It really isn't hard to put together and build this. We can actually make a better modified version of this. Give it a more better rust. Real actual radioactive stickers. I can get certified stickers and get them shipped in. That's what I had on one of the PCs. I had actually real radioactive stickers that came in for it. And as for this is like a glowing lamp they have in here. I want to do the same thing I did with one of the other PCs, where basically we can have a gel in here and then have the rods coming through to give it the effect like it's actually floating in liquid plutonium. So this will come in quite nicely. I'm still going to buy one of these anyway, because I do like the idea of it all. But I'm going to design a better one. So this one actually is pretty cool because it folds down. Ours can't fold down because ours is going to be a container. So the experiment we have to go, we have a couple experiments coming up that we have to do. Some of them we can talk about, some we can't. This one I can talk about. Does the poo gel react to vegetable oil? Because if it does react to vegetable oil, this will allow us to put lead light rods into here, because again, we can't put any food coloring into it, because the food coloring, the oil and the food coloring is going to separate, and then if you have electricity running through there, now you're going to get electrocuted. So you can't do that. The oil basically can carry current without electrocuting you. The thing is, the poo gel is a powder, so it doesn't become a liquid form, which means if we put that in there with the oil, would it basically turn the oil into like a gelatin, which we need, which would be quite nice, because I can run the rods through it, and then on top of that, we can basically convert it. Because I want a liquid in here. I don't want a light. I want an actual liquid that moves back and forth. So it looks like it's plutonium. I think when people see plutonium, they think that plutonium-235 is basically a bar of light. It's not. It's actually a liquid. It's the green light that gives off. It's basically the radiation that comes from it. And I think radiation technically is not green. It's something else. But anyway, that's like saying your blood is red. Your blood technically is not red. Is blue. It turns red when it hits oxygen. So your blood is actually blue. I learned that the first time. I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, it turns red when it hits oxygen. That's why. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we had to want to change this. But I do like this. I am going to buy one of these because I think it's pretty cool. I do support people make these kind of crazy toys at the end of the day, so we're definitely getting one. But we're going to make another version. I need one that has liquid in it. Let me see. This is going to be for the Fallout PC. Fallout and Steampunk PC. What was this I was looking at? Here we go. Fan controllers. So the fan system I have over here, we need to upgrade it because there's just two fans blowing air in my face, and I need something a little bit more advanced than that thing. So we're going to go pick up a 250 millimeter or 200 millimeter fan, which is big enough. I'm going to run multiple fans. And I think we're going to do a cardboard fan setup, which we're going to be using one of these. I'm actually going to, these are when you used to have the bay drives on your PC. You don't have bay drives anymore because now they remove them because people don't really use optical drives anymore, but it actually eliminates some of the cool stuff you can put in bay drives. So this right here is a 4-speed fan controller with touch control. I've used these quite a few times in building PCs. These are fantastic. They come with 4 outputs for 4 pins, which can be converted to Molex with an adapter, and you power it with the Molex adapter which you don't have to run this into a power supply to motherboard. You can run it through a Molex adapter, like I'm running the fans independently by themselves. So to build the fan system, basically 200 millimeter or 250 millimeter is a pretty good size fan, especially for your desk. To hook this into, all you would have to do is basically your fan would have a 4-pin, which you would get a Molex 4-pin to Molex adapter. You plug that into one of these sockets right here, which would be, let me see, there we go. It's a better picture. These right here. Sorry about that. These right here. You would plug it into one of your 4 outlets here, and then on your far end you should have your Molex adapter. Power goes into here, which runs all of this and your speed, and then these will plug into your individual fans. So that's how we're going to hook up the big 200 millimeter giant fan. On top of that, I do want to get some more of these USB cable cords because I do like the effect they give off. So let me see. I'm over here fighting me right now. Let me show you what I want to do. I try to do something interesting every time we come on here, but then again, we got so many projects lined up. It's going to be impossible for us not to come on here and show you something crazy we're doing. So we're going to show you how to build your own desk fan. LED lights, pretty cool one light up. Touchscreen controller. We built one of these a long time ago. But this one's going to be different. This one's going to have a USB kind of power source that looks like it's running off your computer into your fan system. I'm going to have 2 connecting from each side of the fan, one at the top here and here, and one at the bottom, and they're going to join back into a USB splitter, and that's going to run directly into my fan system. Give it a cool kind of a special effect. So I'll turn out my lights and show you how cool this is going to look like when we set this up. And I got something like that running in the back. Now to make sure that they connect to the fan, because again you don't want it to look tacky, like you got it taped up there. You don't want to do it that way. You want to make it look real. So we go pick these up right here, so you can find them. I just found them on here. There we go. We picked these up. Now what this is a female. These are there's C ports on the other end, USB-C ports, and these are the adapters for the C ports. So you would connect these into the fans on each side, and then you could connect those right into that, and it gives it a more professional look. But you don't want to be tacky about it. I see that several people paint projection screens. They don't do it right. They don't want to trim it out, nothing. Before we got to all black technology, the whole thing, and that's just so tacky. Now you see how cool that looks, how it's running off my PC and look like it's powering the fan. This is the same design we're going to have when we do the Icebox PC. We're going to build in a nice little kind of nuclear freezer generator at the bottom of the base. And we're going to have these cords coming out, and they're going to be connected to every fan in here, and they're going to be connected to the power source itself to give off a reaction like it's actually charging. Now to make sure they constantly run, because we don't want to use up our USBs because there's only 5 of these, we get a USB splitter. And a USB splitter is going to allow us to connect 5 of those into one port, which is going to be connected to a battery pack. Battery pack, we can run that from a SURCHARGE into another plug, which will basically charge the battery at the same time where the battery runs all these. I actually did a test. I wanted to see if the battery can charge at the same time, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. Why these are actually running, and it worked perfectly fine. It ran with no problem. So we're going to run in this PC over here, once we get it finished, we're going to run 5 of those, because the ports have 5 ports, into each one of the fans as a machine that gets coated in ice. And we're going to run the other port, which is going to go into the adapter for the floor to plug in. That's going to be a complete different color. We're going to have that like in a hot red. But just to show you how cool that effects look. Now for the giant fan we're building, 200 millimeter, maybe 250 millimeter fan, touch controller, and then with this kind of spiral kind of winding system connecting to the back to make it look like it's actually being powered. That's going to look freaking cool. Oh, can't wait to show you that thing when we get done with it. I think it's pretty crazy. And people looking like, what the heck is that? It's an actual projection screen. It's used for basically for projector mapping applications. Looks like something when the spaceships landing on Close Encounter of the Third Kind, which is actually my favorite movie. Close Encounter of the Third Kind. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing to look at. I never get used to looking at some of the stuff we build. Isn't our desk crazy? Our desk is absolutely crazy. Oh, it's going to be much more madness than this. Much more madness than this. Stuff we're going to be building in the next couple of days. Once the spring comes in here, we're going to be good to go. Also, too, I added a few interesting upgrades to the gamer. Whew. Yeah, I tweaked it a little bit, added some extra stuff to it. We can upgrade stuff at will. And we have an invisible gamer coming out soon. There's an invisible version of this. Actually, it's in multiple colors. That's what the PCs are being built for. The PCs are being built for to show off the different color screens that are matching the PCs. I like these. I actually saw that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. This would look fantastic when we build our reactors. Now, like I said, the fan systems they have on here, the power supplies, I'm modifying my power supplies. Some of my power supplies look a little different. Which we've done that. We've done that with the vegetable cool PCs. We modified those power supplies are going to be sitting in an open case so people can see the PC in vegetable oil. Which we got an experiment with that one too. If it goes well, this experiment we want to do with this vegetable oil, if it goes well, we could dump a PS5 in vegetable oil easily. We can do it. We have to liquid cool it. It has to be done. It has to be liquid cooled. But we could dump the whole system, including the Xbox system too. We could dump one of those too. Which I've been dying to drop one of those things in vegetable oil for the longest time. Now, what about airflow? It's not required. Now when you drop them in vegetable oil, once you got a CPU on top of that, a liquid cooling system on top of that CPU, that's it. That's all you need. Everything else in there will flow quite nicely, no problem. And the CPU will keep the liquid cooling will keep the system nice and cold. Now, I'm interested in designing something else with the that thing called the ice pump that they make for the RetroPie. There's an experiment that I'm going to be running on that, on how to be able to cool oil. Not too cold, because if you cool oil too cold, it basically turns into a jello-like form. To basically cool it enough where basically any of the heat that may be dispersing from other components in that container could basically be calmed down, or basically completely diminished. So there's some other experiments I'm working on with that too, also. So yeah, we got the new screen coming in, and it's going to have, on top of it, it's going to have a halo system sitting on it. Which means that once that halo system pops up on that screen, the challenges start. Commercial environment, halo, we're going to put the blueprints on how to build those things, so you can do it yourself for the challenge. Commercial. No residential setups, it has to be all commercial for that. It's much more challenging when we do commercial. Alright, halo system to go with the screen. Screen should be pretty easy. So we're going to put plastic down on the floor on top of my screen so it doesn't get damaged. And we're going to basically paint it up and dry it. And then hang it up and we're done. Because the reason why this demonstration is important, because we have fixed frame screens in this unit. Also, some places I've been at, there's fixed frame screens in those units too also. So it's nice to show them a demonstration how easy it is to paint screen and be able to display it. I think I'm gonna pull the wireless net card from this machine altogether and get rid of it and get a new one, because it's been giving me issues. Like, I'm on here and this is running, all this is running perfectly fine. But on here, it'll disconnect out of nowhere. I think it's time to get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of it and get another one, because the one I have here is a newer one and it runs perfectly with no problem. This one has disconnect issues. This is on my gaming unit, so I'm gonna get me another one and disconnect that one. Much better. Jeez. Let me see. Yeah, so, things we gotta do. There's so much stuff. That's why we got our date in somewhere after the new year of going on site. We literally got this much stuff to do. It's insane. I should have all my PCs built by then. And then on top of that, we have new screen paints, which we have the invisible color gamer paints coming up pretty soon, because now we're going to design those because of the new builds we're doing, all around Apex Gamer's technology. We have the invisible technology screen. You saw dunk in the water and all that stuff. That paint's very important because that paint has a lot of applications attached to it. It can be used for golf simulators. It can be used for inflatable projection screens, which again is a very temperamental surface that is known for basically cracking and peeling paints. Remind you, it's a screen you're going to ball up. You're going to literally ball this screen up, put it back up, ball it up, put it back up. It's going to take a lot of abuse, so it has to be to withstand a lot of punishment. Then the problem with the front and rears. The front and rear mesh, the problem when people try to coat those, the screen comes up streaky, you can see light pushing through. It looks pretty bad. So you have to have a coating that's designed to bleed through it. We actually had one though. But anyway, Eclipse can do that. They can bleed through a surface. So that's why that paint's very important. It has properties for projector mapping applications. So before I'm part of an art community, and art community can really use that technology for bringing their sculptures to life. So we got that, and we got different forms of screens. There's these screens we got called these blocks. That's one of them right over there. Actually, let's go to our, and I got to add that in our new color screen formula, which is coming really soon. And again, I cannot express this enough. Honestly, we got some people who really think the world revolves around them. I don't know how their life, I don't care. I got too much to do. I'm a very busy man. But they think the world revolves around them. You're not property of all great paints. And great paints were out way before you ever started your YouTube channel. We don't even know who was the first person who started it. I know I started 5 years in before this guy started. So I know for a fact it was around before I was around. So I don't know who started it. But you're not property of all great screen paints, so stop it. So we put up a free screen paint. I've been developing great screen paints before these guys ever started selling it. And as you can see by our track record, by our great paints, we have a higher track record than they do. 10 years ago, compared to what they're still doing now, which we told you that stuff is obsolete. It's pretty much a budget paint, that's what they're called. But anyway, so we put up one of our ingredients onto the site. Now, it's up there for us to put against our own products, because I have to go on site and I literally have to do gray screens, white screens, and our technology side by side. Has to be done. But because we posted the ingredients, they're mad because they feel that it basically conflicts with their product. Let me explain something to you. Everything on YouTube conflicts with your freaking screen paint. Everything in Home Depot, everything in Lowe's, all those places will match your stuff. I know, I tested it. It'll match your stuff easily. Heck, and which I find even funny about this, the black and white mixture on his channel. We tested that stuff. It matched everything that we purchased. So again, it is what it is. Everything on there. I said the worst nightmare for great screen paints right now is the tones. The fact that now you can go in and you can get a paint that's gray. You can slide it off a shelf. I said that with Network Grade 773. Was I wrong on that? No, we tested it. It matched. He tested it. It matched. Some other people also did tests on it. It also matched. So it is what it is. I'm not your worst nightmare. Your worst nightmare is Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, Amazon. All those people make great hobby paints. That is your nightmare. For us, this is a put against my product. I want something more advanced than what I've seen in these paints out here. That's why I made it, to put against my product. But just in case, and we have to have these fail state, these little switches in, just in case if people start ranting about how the gray paint we're using is not equal to theirs, and theirs is far better. I don't care about that because we don't make this stuff anymore. We gave it up for free. So you're just going to have to back your stuff up. You have to back your stuff up anyway. You have to. You have to do gray versus gray demonstrations. They're a must. You have to do those. Customer needs to know whether or not they're getting a real screen paint or someone's just shipping to them everyday house paint that you can slide off the shelf. Nobody wants to spend $90 or even $60 for something you can get for $30 a gallon for a quart. Are you crazy? So you have to do those tests. We do them. So I find it funny that we have to do these tests, but everybody else is opt out. They don't have to do it. No, you have to do that test. So a free gray screen paint that we put up there for free, not your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is the Home Depot, Benjamin Moore, Sherman Williams. That would be your biggest problem. So again, for those people who have been contacting us upset and bitter about us posting our paint ingredients, let me explain something to you. It's mine. Do you understand that? I made that product 11 years ago. Before you even were on YouTube, before you were even thought of, I made that product and sold it. So it's mine. You want to check a timestamp date between when you made it and when I made it? All right then, and move on. It's mine. I do what I want to do with it. So I posted it for free. Now, it's just up there if we have people at the end of the day that want to run their mouths. If you feel that the paint we have up there does not include your paint, get offended. Oh, he's talking about me, then do the challenge. Why are you crying to me about it? I literally put a disclaimer down there for anyone who basically feels that way, go make it. But I gave you a warning. If this stuff matches and it is free, your product now becomes obsolete. That's all. Simple and plain. I have no time to argue and fuss about the in-betweens. Get it done. That's it. That's all you have to do. All right, so we're going to this page right now because I'm going to look at what I have to do because I got a bunch of stuff. I got this whole section right here. We got these portable screens, which we're going to be working on this summer because we got the whole RV set up. We can go to this place where they have these luxury RVs, and we're going to be able to do demonstrations on there on all our screens in there. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be set up for this summer. I want to get this rolling on this summer so we can get ready to start showing these off. These are our portable screens, and this one is actually going to be available quite soon. This is our portable gaming on the go. It involves the Apex Gamer technology. So this is also going to be pretty cool. Now, mind you, this setup comes with a free projector and free Bluetooth speakers. Some are going to be wired depending on what projector you have in your package. So that is going to be theater on the go. That is set up for summertime. I need to put a date up there, summer of 2025, so we can have that ready for that. Let's come out of here and let's go over to, where's the what's new? There is what's new over here. And this is all the projects we're working on involving what's new. There's our batch number verification information, which I do advise that make sure the screen paints that you are purchasing can provide you a batch number verification, which means products are tested before they're sold or shipped out to you. This means that in order for a person to do a batch number, they have to be able to show that the product has been tested before it's shipped out or sold to the customer. If you can do that already, you can actually do the batch number. The batch number doesn't mean at the end of the day you have to do all demonstrations. No. You have to prove it does what you claim it does. That cuts down a lot of nonsense. Our new vapor lock containers, I love those things. These are our updates right here. And this tells you about all the cool stuff we're working on. Let's see. What's new? Our ongoing and dedication for research and development for high-performance projection screens, for the present and the future, for home or business, projection screen entertainment. Let's see, information on our upcoming projects and that we are working on with new advanced technology and development. Keep checking back to see what's new in our projector entertainment technology. People will literally copy that. They'll take our stuff, we write our stuff down nicely, because again, God tells me what to say, so, but they'll copy everything we do, but again, it is what it is. We don't mind that. Here we go. This is some of the list, some of the stuff we're working on. So we got a customized acoustic blackout cloth, which means I literally have to get the building for that. Bring on sewers. I got these people that actually do custom sewing for stuff like that and design their custom blackout cloths. And I still got to make my way to a couple of wholesale fabric shops to go out there and get our products out there, because I'm not buying anything from Amazon. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. I got the air cleaner going on right now. We got we want to go out and we want to pick out our own fabrics on how we want to design our screen. So we got a whole lineup of different forms of blackout cloth surfaces we're using, and they're going to be pre-coated with our technology. So we can't tell you much about that. There's going to be some pretty cool stuff going on with that. So trust me, it's going to be very interesting. We have the motorized tension projection screens. We're actually, I told you my sister's son is an engineer. He's going to be working on that project with us. He's going to actually build the motor and everything for what we need to have our own motorized projection screens. I want them all tension. Let me see. We have ultra-wide inflatable projection screens. That's an easy. We got some people working on that for us. And we have legendary limited edition rare. This is the rare screens we talk about, the ones that are coming out pretty soon. They're all glass screens. That involves the Spartan Phantom technology. We got the FLE Cinema Flow. That's another one we're going to be working on too. Let's see. We have projector mapping virtual fish tank. That is going to be coming up soon. We already did some projects with dunking tanks in water, so yeah, we're getting ready for that formula pretty soon. Let's see. FLE panel system projection screens. Another project we're working on. FLE quantum fusion. I had somebody actually copy it saying we have quantum fusion. You don't even know what quantum fusion is, let alone what the table of contents or what it even stands for. Crack a book, please, before you copy our stuff. That way, when we bring stuff out, you're not embarrassed by saying, oh, okay, move on. Let's see. Apex Dedicated Gamer. Portable tabletop projection screens. The Apex is sitting right over there. We have a 100-inch coming in. Pretty soon we coated with that technology, with a halo system sitting on top of the screen just for kicks and giggles. Let me see. That's already done. All we have to do is just make the screen. We got the 50-inch. We can order those with no problem whatsoever. If you know what the HPG stands for, it stands for High Performance Gaming. Let me see. Yeah, portable with RetroPie. So it comes with the dedicated, comes with the portable. Apex Gamer comes with the portable, tabletop projection screen projector, and RetroPie system. Those are the retro ones. Gunmetal Luminous Quasar. That is going to be coming out pretty soon. That one is coming out. I haven't decided whether to make it a spray on or make it a roll on. I haven't decided what that. We'll make it a spray on that's more highly concentrated, but I haven't decided on that yet. Still working on that right now. Where's the other one at? We got another section. Where's this? Why? Legendary. Projector mapping version 15. Fusion projection screens in the gamer. It's right here. That's the Christmas screens we're working on. I got a whole setup for a place we're renting out for that, which is going to be amazing. Now, mine is a holiday screens. You can use them for anything you want, but Christmas is coming up pretty soon, and we want to show these off like crazy. Let me see. Want to get that Santa Claus dancing across your front yard? Oh, this will definitely be able to do it. This is going to be for the FLE visually mapping aquariums, which we got a big restaurants, offices, showpieces for centerpieces for office buildings. They're interested in that technology right there. We're going to be working on. This is the FLE visual 3D mapping block. That's what you're looking at right there. That's coated in a screen paint, by the way. That's special screen paint, so we can map off of it. Oh, it's going to be interesting when we finish it. It's going to be an art piece. And I got a piece, guess what? They're going to display that too in the art community. It's going to display that piece in there. Let me see. And this is all the video demonstrations, machine pictures and stuff. And this right here is the free screen paint that you can make for free, and courtesy of our company. Now, as I said before, we designed this to be put against our own products. But if you want to make it yourself, there you go. It's free. It's right there. And for anyone else who wants to bark about this, because it's my product, again, it belongs to me, and you want to bark about this, there is a challenge sitting on one of these things. So the challenge is anyone making this product must make it on a YouTube live stream, which means you have to be live for everyone to see you make this stuff. So that way you're not tampering with it, mixing anything into it. It's not so, which is going to be hard to prove if you mix it with something, because if you make it darker than what it is to try to make it fail, the problem you're going to have is other people have it too, and they're going to show that they don't have the same reaction. Mind you, you'll be making 3 of these. So you'll be making 1 scoop, 2 scoop, and 3. That's 3 different paints you'll be making, different tones. Okay, so you'll be making it on YouTube live stream so everyone can see it, and also too, you'll be basically doing a paint on and dry demonstration with that. And it gives you a warning: matching this paint will destroy your product line due to the fact that it is free. Now keep in mind, if you match this stuff, I don't care if it's a hiccup or whatever, we're not talking about identical match. I'm talking about the match where you can say, well, you know, at the end of the day, I'd rather buy this than that because I really can't see a difference. And when you look at a screen at 13 feet or 12 feet at 100 inches, technically you really can't tell the difference if the lights are on or off if it's just a little hiccup. You have to see a difference between night and day. Like if I take black paint and I put it against my screen, you can clearly see the white levels drop on the black paint, the color doesn't pull, comes up dirty, it doesn't pick up correctly. There you go. We put a white surface against our screen, you can see a massive difference. There's no color, there's no contrast, it's a washout. When I take the ultra short throw and put it on one side, we have the long throw on this side, you can see the massive difference. That's what you're going to have to be able to show in order to beat the product. So if you come anywhere close to really clashing with this thing, where basically you're showing just a hiccup of a difference, it's not going to be enough. It won't save you. It'll destroy you in the process. So I'm just giving you fair warning. Now mind you, you match one of these, that means any products that you have will have to go through that process again and again and again. Any new products you make will have to go through that process, because you can't come up there and say, well, we got a new screen paint. Yeah, but how do we know it's not going to match his paint or any other paint? There you go. That's what you just started for yourself. So know before you walk down this road. That's why we put the warning up there. But for us, it's for us to do testing against our products. That's what it's for. It was never strictly made to knock out other people's products. It was strictly made for us. But we thought, hey, might as well give it away for free, and that's what we did. Besides, it's mine. And, you know, it's funny how we get people who want to claim their products are better than everyone else's in the whole wide world. But yet they want to give you instructions on how to use it, how to paint it. They want to give you instructions on what they don't want you using it with, which is the same test demonstrations we do. We can't do the same thing on your product that we do with ours. I thought you were the same as us. See, that's the problem I'm talking about. And then they want to get mad if you post your ingredients from your paints that you used to make before they ever existed. And then they get mad and say, well, I'm gonna make it. Buddy, we've been down this road already. That's why we ignore you. We've been down this road where we post our ingredients of paints we used to make before you existed on YouTube, because it's mine. Technically, your stuff is a mimic of my stuff, but my stuff was better than yours, because you didn't know how to make great paint right. But, as I said before, going on YouTube claiming you can make my product, we've done this one before, remember? We even gave you permission to make it, and you failed. So, again, no one cares, because they know you can't make it. If you could have, we would be out of business by now. And I'm not out of business, am I? I'm actually engineering new technology. So, yeah, let's move on. You don't own gray paint. Get over it. Other people have gray paint. I can reach out to, I can go to a forum site. And at a forum site, there must be 2,000, 3,000 people in there, all making gray paint. So you go in there with your gray paint at the end of the day, because I never see them in there, and you tell them that I have the best gray paint ever out of all of you got, and see what happens to you. They're like, man, get out of here with that nonsense. Man, my stuff does the same thing yours does, and I guarantee I probably have the same thing you have. Yeah, there you go. Never see them in there. So that's why. They're all the same. They're all the same. This guy comes on and he makes his free mix. There's a bunch of people all over YouTube that show you how to make those free paints. I don't see you going to their sites arguing with them. No, you don't. You pick and choose your battles. But picking and choosing your battles to me doesn't work too well. All right, so that's our projects we're doing. We got that cube to make, which I can't wait to get to that. We're gonna have to build me a website for the PC game, for the whatchamacallit, for the yeah, we're gonna have to. I want to put these things on a website. I'm gonna build me a website for my custom PC builds, because I got a lot of them we're putting together. A lot of them. Might as well. I had one before, I'm gonna build me another one. Yeah, and then that way we can have other people can come on, they can show off their PC builds, because I love to see other people's work at the end of the day. That'd be kind of nice, what kind of stuff they're building and what they're doing at the end of the day. That'd be cool to watch. And yeah, you can bring games, console mods on there, yeah, all kinds of mods. We don't care, it's a game, and at the end of the day, you got a console system you modded up, hey, check it out, show it, we want to see it, send me pictures, I post on the website. We want to see what you got. Because that guy who did that Xbox mod, that was freaking amazing. That was an amazing job right there. Let me see. That's what we're going to get right there. You know, we don't need you. That's what we're going to get right there. That's fantastic. That's a 200 millimeter. That'll make a cool fan system. What we need to design with that. All right, let me see. All right. Oh. So now I gotta go, once the screen gets here, we're going to paint it down. We're going to use 32 ounces of paint. A 100-inch screen is more than enough. As a matter of fact, it's too much paint, but we're going to do that. Knock it out, get it painted, get it dried, and then hang it up. We're done with that. And then after that, we'll order the halo system, bring that in, attach that, and we'll do some demonstrations on the 27,000 projectors before we bring the 5,000 in. 5,000 is going to be in eco mode. Like eco mode 6, so we don't require it, we don't need it. We don't need all that power. I could run projectors in here at 50 lumens, so why do I need a 5,000 lumen projector? It's too much power. We just need it for the lens shift capability. That's the only reason why. But I'm going to put it in eco mode 6. And that's really freaking low. That drops it from 5,000, I think, all the way down to around like 1,800 lumens. But we don't need all that. But also, too, it'd be a fantastic projector to show you at the end of the day that even that our new free Ultimate Gray Cinemax mix won't work on it at all. And 5,000 lumens will eat that thing up, man. It won't run. It won't even run in here. That's an Apex Gamer. Kind of cool, isn't it? Yep. I tell you that you're losing so much from your screen, it's not even funny. $10 projector. That's what we're running right now. So how bright it gets in here when we turn those lights on. Yeah, these are the commercials. They're bright. Yeah, Apex Gamer is a beast. That's why we need it in here 100 inches, because our gaming PC is going to be running off of it. So the other screen is gone. Because again, I told you I'm getting ready for my 100-inch screen, my edges, which is going to be coming in pretty soon. So that's going. And all we did is just crush it up. And just throw it in a box. Throw it in a bigger box. As a matter of fact, there it is right there. That's the whole screen in there. That's done. We're going. Everyone in. Just wanted to look at the whatchamacallit lines anymore. It wasn't bothering me or anything, but yeah, I want it smooth all the way across. On top of that, like I said, we have box screens in here to show them off, to show how easy it is to apply. Matter of fact, I want to do a paint down demonstration too. On top of that, let me see. Yeah, might as well. Let's do a paint down demonstration. Show how fast this stuff is easy to coat. I've got my roller here. So I'm going to plop on a bunch of tape. And we'll take it and we'll do a paint down. So let me come back in because I don't want this video to go over time. And we'll do a paint down demonstration. Get ready on that. That's the last time we're going to explain the whole free screen paint product ever. You understand me? We're done with that. So again, let them complain, let them cry at the end of the day. We don't care. Got other things to do. Gee, everything we do, people cry about. It's freaking pathetic. But anyway, so free gray screen paint, if that's what you're into. But at the end of the day, you're going to see us do demonstrations against this product, design splatter screens, half and half, stuff like that. Because we have to show the difference between a gray screen, white screen, and our black technology, which is very important. All right, people, I got to go. Come back in. We're going to do a paint and dry demonstration. We don't have a fan in here, so it's just going to dry by natural air. And yeah, on this surface right here we have over here, and get it done. Hope you enjoyed. Got to go. And of course, we thank our Lord and Savior for our amazing technology, because if it wasn't for Him, none of it would exist. Got to go, and God bless.